Welcome to Metaverse Degen. I'm Lion.
Yeah.
I'm the old man Raptor, and
I'm
our
Dunay.
guest is
Dunay, welcome.
Dunay.
Glad to be here.
He's denying us, Lion. He's denying us. He don't want to talk to us no more. Some bitch.
See what I'm talking about? Okay, yeah.
So what is it you do here in VR?
Well, I'm glad I could.
And it's a pleasure
I'm
having you.
a virtual. Yeah. Also, I'm glad I could be here too. I'm a virtual reality DJ. Also, that's now like slowly branching into IRL, and I'm also kind of mostly a DJ in this part. So.
Okay.
I also like do some content creation, mainly streaming and editing videos, but that's on like the backline. I had like a small gaming project I did a few years back, but right now it's put on hold. But I am kind of trying to do some of that here. But most of the time I'm just going. I'm just playing in clubs around the VR space and generally having fun because it's an amazing place to be.
It is an amazing place to be.
Because I also really love electronic music.
So what brought you into VR? What brought you? Who brought you? Who maybe? What you saw?
Into VR?
Whatever, you know, that kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. What brought you into VR?
Well, I didn't. I'm of VR. When I first heard about VR chat as game, it was about 2018. You know, where the famous "we know what" meme has been born in this place. But I didn't actually pick up the game until about 2021, when Moz started his virtual reality tour. And then I actually was very introduced to the VR chat DJing space, all of the events. I know that the documentary from Stash, who is now the leading communication lead for VR chat, also made me discover the club scene. And after that, I decided that it would be a great place for me to start DJing. I had a lot of interest for DJing, not because I love music, especially the electronic kind, and I thought that this would be a great place for me to practice, to just meet people that are interested in the same things as me, and hang out and chill. Sorry for any stutters. I kind of have it on PC, so yeah, when I'm running on Quest.
Oh, it's all good. There's no trouble.
It's kind of a PC issue, you know.
If you just go back through our videos,
everybody has problems.
If you just go back,
I just can't get my height out of the fucking way.
If you just go back through some of our videos, we've had people with a lot worse computer issues. Some of them, we had someone with a Rift mic on, and they had Rift mic issues really bad.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Oh God.
Speak of the devil that he's talking about. What about him? He lags himself out, and it lags out and disappears, and it just might be just us two. Yeah, he does it sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes, and it's pretty funny.
Not all the time, sometimes.
I don't always crash, but when I do,
stuff
I said that. Yeah, what he does. It's just the two of us, and we're over here going this way. Yeah, it's always in the middle of a bit.
Yeah.
So when there's three of us, I don't know what it is, but it's when it's three of us or more.
Yeah.
So
it always happens when it's just
you first. I'm sorry.
Continue.
Oh no, I was gonna ask you a question.
Yeah, no,
but if you're
go
finishing
on.
a sentence, I don't want to interrupt.
Yeah, do it. Don't worry.
Do it. Since you've done IRL DJing events and VR DJing events, what is the difference of similarities to the two?
The difference is, I think, in terms of the virtual reality sets, is definitely difference in both how do you prepare for the set, and also the genres that you play. At least for me, the IRL community, it's the real DJ music scene. I haven't got that much taste of it. I'm not very famous, or I don't have that many events I played on. I can count about 3 or 4.
Okay.
And not also some open X stuff. But in VR, there's like a lot more. There's a lot more focus on what what like song selections you bring to the table. At least in some places, because in regular events, I've seen like one thing said by a few DJs, and I kind of agree with that. VR place is more like concerned about song selection than IRL events, because there are like, so what, like 100 events happening every single week.
Yeah.
Even maybe in a single just region like Europe or America. And if you're like hopping through them like once a day, you really notice that some songs could repeat, and you're always like trying to find something new.
Yeah, I guess.
So for me, it like for me right now, it's VR scene is a place where like originality and kind of doing what you do best, like, is very like promoted, especially. You don't have to like cater to anything. You can just play what you want because there's always an audience for it.
Okay.
That's like the one thing I actually needed for a long time. I just recently found out that there is a place for like bass centric like events, dubstep, all the genres and stuff. I just didn't know where to find it, but in VR, like, there's the events like this happen every single day, probably.
Yeah.
Because if you're like trying to practice, if you want to DJ whatever you'd like, VR is actually a great spot. Yeah.
Yeah, and you also have the chance
if you want
of
to
getting
express
live
yourself
from people as you practice.
Yeah. And in case of like preparation, it's mostly about streaming and setup, because of course in IRL you either bring your controller or you have already a pair of like professional club players and mixer. Of course it depends on the place, but in VR you of course have to buy your own stuff. You have to prepare streaming software because everything gets done through Twitch or via CDN, and it definitely, and in some cases you can also do your own visuals in the meantime if you want. As you usually do it with the help of another person, but it's also good to have something playing in the background.
I got one for you.
Yeah.
So when you are DJing and everything else, what do you? Oh God, I'm sorry, folks. I'm half cocked and nowhere to brain. The brain's fried. When you see everybody on the floor, what feeling do you get when you see your floor moving around, people dancing and stuff like that? What do you get? What feeling do you feel from it?
I can really explain, but I'm always so excited and happy when I see everyone, just like everyone on the main floor, just dancing, just having fun, chatting about, liking the music. For me, it like there was one event when recently the Signal 8 in Derelict, where I played as a second DJ in the lineup. I was genuinely shocked by how the entire instance was full throughout the 1 hour set that I played. It was not only just good, amazing for them, as I heard. It was also amazing for me. It's like so. I can't really describe the feeling. Just being happy, just being excited that others are sharing the passion you love, just vibing to the music you play, just like you. Yeah.
That's
It's an amazing feeling, seriously. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you prefer doing IRL events or VR events more, or about the same?
About the same.
Okay.
I think that like in case of IRL, it's also a bit. In case of IRL, it's basically I didn't have that much experience. it's amazing when you like have the same reactions but live with people that you sometimes even know. But for me, IRL like VR chat scene also has a lot of more room for like expression in terms of like club designs, visuals, in terms of like avatars, what you can like look, what people like can do in here. For me, VR chat is absolutely amazing in terms of that. Every single member of every single one of us has access to tools that, well, we can do nearly whatever we want. And that's the like key strength in VR chat clubs. They can be everything. And playing in like one that's really beautiful, and like play with people you know or people that are genuinely excited to hear you and other DJs. It's always a great feeling. Yeah.
I got one. Okay, what is one of the hardest things that since you've been doing it and everything else like this, that was a challenge for you when you got down and everything else like this? Get down, yeah, boogie, whatever,
Yeah, like the biggest challenge I got from the since I started DJing, probably some of the challenges I had was either like preparing. I don't really remember anything like that, though I know my memory might be like it's maybe like maybe I forgot some things because but there were definitely a few moments that were kind of hard for me. Mostly like especially where maybe like I don't think this was the worst thing, but preparing for some sets was incredibly challenging. I'm sort of the guy that's in terms of like everything else, I can say like, okay, this would work. I don't care. It should be okay. No one will give a fuck. But in terms of some sets, I am the bastard that has to like make the perfect transition. The two songs have to go together and not in every single any other way. And then I spend just 2 hours looking at the record box screen and just trying to do anything. This is kind of the only case where I have like the perfectionist syndrome. But sometimes then after that it's very rewarding.
Okay.
Cool.
So
yeah.
What's one of your more favorite moments since you started DJing that you remember?
Okay, it might be. There was like I can remember definitely 2 or 3. First one was definitely the Sanctum set, the Sanctum Chapel set. The first event from OpenX event in that place. Managed to get the way in and played, I think, the second set. Or like I could basically say this about every single set I played in Chapel. The place is amazing. The community around this is also can be said that way. Maz is genuinely a great person. He was the guy that actually like got me inspired to get into DJing in the first place.
Oh, really?
I love his music. I love I love how his club and like how he cares about the VR community when he has the time. So yeah, playing in his club, which is also like not tech, which is kind of branded as a very exclusive, not like incredibly exclusive, but there's like Patreon first join first access and all the stuff. So like getting to DJ in this place, this gigantic chapel created by so many passionate developers from like all around the world, like all around the community, which can basically be said all around the world. It was a dream for me for like about a year.
Oh wow!
Since I started, and other like very funny or like events I kind of situations I remember. Definitely either the first VR IRL event I played in one of the old I don't really know how to say it. Yeah, it was a club in Zabrze, Poland. It was an event hosted by Iteration Audio record label called Bass Iterations. I managed to get I won a DJ contest for the first spot in the lineup, opening slot.
Okay.
It was generally incredibly nervous. I actually drove there with a friend, and we both enjoyed our time together. But it was actually really amazing to see how I actually came up from how actually I can really say that I actually learned a lot through the VR experience, and now some of the people I actually can say are generally great producers, great DJs that I now kind of know more personally, actually really loved it. And it was also a great experience for me. And the last one also was a house party for one of my friend's birthday. Because we also had an open deck session going where everyone was playing some other songs they wanted, and it was basically so much fun because you could hear the music in this on the other side of the street. Somehow the neighbors didn't actually weren't pissed off about that. But it was genuinely great time. Even people some of us had time to do some back-to-back stuff. Generally, we talked a lot about music, about our personal lives. Of course, we celebrated birthdays of a few people because it turned out that not only one, but about 3 or 4 people from our friends group had a birthday at the time. So it was, yeah. Also, singing the song called Barka on 9:37 p.m., which is a common joke in Poland, was genuinely incredibly fun. Yeah. So these are three events I can really remember. Yeah, mostly about meeting the people I genuinely wanted to meet for a long time. I'm always happy when I can see that all of the time I've spent is actually accumulated towards something amazing. So yeah.
So tell us about your first experience getting into VR, like how you were inspired and the person who inspired you.
In case of VR, when talking about the first time, the start. Okay, yeah. The first time I actually got into VR, it was decided to download the game to try out. I actually had VR chat for a while now but I didn't actually play it. And the first time I actually got into a VR event, it was Maz's virtual reality tour in Club 808. I know. I don't really remember the date, but it was at that place. Managed to jump in on. Managed to spend there a couple hours. Even found a few friends. Met with a few admins from the Slyfest community, from Slyfest, and talked to them a bit. And even met some people from my country. It was genuinely genuinely fun to talk with them, because I actually didn't expect anyone from Poland to be here. But well, yeah, I know that it was actually kind of waiting to happen because later I discovered that this game is basically popular everywhere. Because why not? It's it's the most popular VR chat application in the entire world, I think. I can't really name another one. So yeah, after that I was generally excited to start DJing and looked for a place. Even bought a first controller just to try some stuff out for about $100. And the first event I actually like played was in the VR Chat Club. Currently, it's been shut down for a year, but it was actually I played there about in January of last year. It was very challenging for me at first because I didn't have that much experience in transitions and basically playing for more than like 15-20 minutes, and I had to play for 2 hours. But and I also was incredibly nervous because you're talking to complete strangers. I didn't know who to talk to. I didn't know who could help me. And then after I have to like thank Rocket VR for Ben, who was then running the event, for showing me what to do, showing me, giving some support in terms of like technical stuff, and being like the first person I could like talk to in this place. Managed to play a second set there, also 2 hours, and after that the venue shut down because of a huge drama that occurred at the time. It was at the time I actually didn't know where to go, but I knew that some people was from the old lit community were starting their. So I managed to join in. Firstly to Club Melody, where I actually saved one of the events from just not starting because one of the DJs was basically I don't know if asleep or he couldn't attend the event. So I just got around and got the mark of the like event saver on the poster in the location. So I know it's kind of like it was kind of funny. But after that, I played a lot there and started like branching out because I noticed like it wasn't just a single place. It was multiple of them. It's an entire space with events that are basically happening every week, every 2 weeks. So. And that's how I start, and like after a year, I am kind of here. I am walking. I am just jumping from place to place. Now, if playing whatever I like, whatever is interesting, and generally having fun. And trying to like make the overall like the nice stuff more interesting. Because now I'm trying to get into like outside of DJing, maybe in some streamed content, like gaming live. Maybe probably just streaming games and doing other random bits in the meantime, but also maybe combining it with some some lore ideas, maybe like things for like ARG and other things. I haven't seen actually anyone doing it that on a large scale in VR yet, at least. So that might be interesting. But
I have a question because maybe I'm a little dumb. What's IRG?
ARG is an alternate reality game. Are basically puzzles or like that take place both in like real space and the fictional one. So it's often like guided through like secret videos, clues, information. For me, it's usually like relegated to some kind of like horror stories or very cryptic. It's usually very cryptic or like it's usually like relegated to horror, very known at least with it, but it's all has been like used in other mediums.
Okay.
Like to like get like some Easter egg secrets.
Okay.
So I was kind of interested in. I'm kind of interested in doing that, but with my project, I don't know how it will turn out. But if you're interested, well, yeah.
Well, I wish you the best.
Join in.
So you're talking about like augmented reality.
Thank you. Augmented? No, not really augmented, but like living information that could like be deciphered for other people. Some kind of code located in other parts of the internet, secret websites. this stuff.
Okay, I understand now.
Just kind of having fun, like moving my arm because I have the boundary wheel, boundary zone here, and it's just like, I guess I'm kind of my lack of concentration is finally starting to kick in.
It's so good. Take all the time you need.
Time you want. Yeah, we don't
nah,
have a
it's not a
with it.
problem. I was just kind of randomly focusing on that stuff. Yeah, I just kind of have it as a habit.
He's in the dots, Lion. He likes bright lights. Oh my God, he's screwed now.
Yeah, bright lights. Yeah, bright lights.
Yeah, bright light. Don't go towards the light, please. Don't go to the light. Oh,
We need you
God,
in this
end. He's a moth.
Yeah. Okay.
That's one of the
Go on. If you.
That's one of the cool things
Yeah.
I found about VR is
Go
the
on.
straight ability to meet the various people here in the world doing different things, different points of view, different things they're doing, whether they're DJing or making content or just drinking
Yeah.
by themselves.
Yeah, just enjoying the space or like make some creating stuff with it. For me, it's like incredible, especially when like it gives you a lot more room, a lot of like more possibilities that you would usually have in real life
Yeah.
at that point.
I
And
got one
it
for you.
also gives you like
Okay, I didn't mean to interrupt. Really didn't mean to interrupt. Okay, when you're creating your music and stuff like this, what's the timeline? Is it long, short? You know,
I'm
does
not
it take a lot.
I am not producing music because I don't really
Okay,
have
my
the
bad.
skills. But in terms of
But do you
like,
want to learn those skills? Do you want to learn those?
I want to produce music
Okay.
soon. Like I need to
Okay.
like get into like this get into producing. I tried for a few years, but I didn't actually like either have the time or the incentive
Ah.
Okay.
because yeah. But I'm trying to start. But I'm also always trying to do it when I have if I get the time, maybe in summer. I don't know. But I'll try start producing music when I get the chance, and I have like some
Good
time
luck.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Good
remember
luck.
Yeah,
Good
thank you.
luck.
in terms
More
of
power to you,
you
man.
learning to make producing your own music, I remember seeing somewhere a video quote. Basically, if you spend 18 minutes a day trying to learn a task, after a few months to a year, you'll be better than 95% of the world at that task. Because not a lot of people
Yeah.
spend a lot
I
of
just
time.
need to get.
Just 18 minutes a day.
Yeah, I just need to like get. Yeah, I just need to get these 18. Need to find like 18 minutes a day for every day to like get into producing, and then keep it up because in many hobbies I just have have it like. Wait, give me a second. I just need to like fix fix it for a second. Like, so I just have the problem where I just either completely forget about it or get kind of quickly demotivated.
Yeah.
It happens probably to more people than me. Yeah, of course, definitely. But I just need to like have the time to like do it and the motivation for it, and then I can like start learning, and I'll probably start learning it a bit more.
I wish you the best of luck in that. It's not an easy feat to learn a new task.
Anything is any line, and you know this. Anything if you got a heart to put into it, I call it the taste. If you want it so bad, you taste it. You'll drive yourself into it to learn every inch of it, no matter which way you go.
Yeah,
even
that's how I actually like learned about DJing. I just like decided to looked about a lot at many of DJ sets. I just I listened to at that time and wanted like, yeah, I would love to do this sort of thing. I can't really produce music right now, but like DJing stuff, showing the music I listen to on a daily basis with other people. That would be sick. And then I actually got into VR community and started doing stuff with it, learning the skill.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just need to like a specific. If you have like a specific drive towards something, then it makes learning a new skill a lot more easier.
Yeah, it usually does, especially when that's all you think about.
Yeah.
I definitely can understand that. That's how I learned this, to be honest with you. When I first started Metaverse Degen, for an example, I was actually trying to uh, help someone else get the motivation to do it because this wasn't my idea. This whole thing, it was a friend of ours, Lolly's idea. He wanted to
Oh.
do it. I helped him come up with the name.
Okay.
Got a friend to make a quick logo. Gave him the account and the details.
Yeah.
I said, "Now do something with it. Here's some ideas." And I was trying to push him to do what he said he wanted to do. And the next thing, he did it for a little while, but then life happened, and then I'm stuck with it. It's like I got a few people watching. Might as well keep it going. It'd be a dick move to start it and leave. And so off
Yeah.
it went.
And so, yeah, off it went.
And then, just like
Dang.
me, I just was in, all of a sudden bumped heads with him. Just you know how it is in VR. You just bounce. Oh, you're a friend, blah blah, and it just goes back. And he just, hey, you want to help out? And I go, hell, I don't got nothing better to do. Why not? What the hell? And
Yeah, actually, like really like
just-
that. I actually
Mhm.
like you keep this podcast going, and you met already so many people and interviewed them in here.
Funny thing is, we didn't start interviewing
Mhm.
other people till this year.
Yeah.
Oh.
We were just doing.
Yeah.
We were just doing metaverse stuff that was out in the world and throwing it this way, and we just rotate things around until it started working this way, and
Yep. I think it was
you find the flow and you go with it.
What's
Yeah.
got us for this year, why I have so much of other people, is we've been trying to do 4 videos a week since the start of 2023. And so we've just been bringing people
Oh.
we know, and then they talk to people, and it just kind of rolled forward from there.
Yeah.
And we're still going.
Oh,
Okay.
everything rolls
Yeah.
downhill. Everything rolls downhill.
Yeah,
It just
okay.
keeps going. It's like a
Rolls
domino effect.
downhill.
Yeah.
I am like not. I'm not really. I'm usually like against making a lot of stuff. A lot of like videos a week to just not get burnt out so easily. But if it's like you have like still have like motivation to do it, and you're fine with it, I am generally like excited because
Yeah.
You're showcasing kind of a lot of people from your place is like a small showcase of a lot of parts of this place.
That's the point, and that's the goal. Because
That's our
Sound-
general goal.
let's
Yeah.
That's our general feed right there.
look at you for an example. Like, I'm sure a lot of people, when they look at VR or VR chat content, they think what they see on the surface level. Maybe some news articles, they say some bad things.
on
in
surface.
memes.
Yeah, on surface level, VR chat is usually showcased in like maybe 2 or 3 ways. Of course, the memes. Of course, I can. Okay, no, never mind. It's usually the meme content, which is good in itself, but in case of VR, it usually doesn't have like the traction for to get more people joined in.
Yeah.
It's usually like the place. Oh yeah, the funny VR game. That's like Garry's Mod, but in virtual reality, like a bit because it's not technically Garry's Mod, but different maps and all this stuff. But like some people can kind of only see the surface as it's like a chat application and maybe do some goofy stuff. But then below that, like if you actually get into it, you can see like you can find many experiences, many amazing experiences from that people created using the Unity engine and the tools that we kind of have. So and then you also can meet widely different communities that can live in here and do whatever they want.
One of the things I've noticed since I've started playing VR chat is it's more than just memes, fun, and videos. Like when I first started, I had no idea DJing in clubs was a thing. I had no idea there were businesses being run in here. Like I had no idea.
Yeah.
But as I played more and talked to met more people, I was like, holy shit, this is like an entirely other universe and world.
For me, it was like generally very impressive to find that this place, the VR chat, is not only like the place where you can run like painting sessions, some kind of roleplay groups, dance clubs. Like there's an entire like music scene in here. But for me, it's also like very interesting how people come out of this game with actual like modeling skills, production skills.
Yeah.
with especially like work with stuff like Blender and Unity
Yeah.
for game development, for like modeling. These are things that you can actually use in real life to get a job.
Yeah.
For me, that's like incredible.
It is incredible. One of the things I've noticed
That's
as well.
one of
Like people who run clubs like what you
Yeah.
play at. If they have like large clubs with large amounts of staff, you actually learn some business management through that. How to run staff, how to make
Yeah.
things run efficiently, and all this other stuff. If you get donations, you then incorporate money in how you spend that. Like it's not a whole lot,
Yeah.
but it's a start.
It's not like yeah, it's like you can build it, you can keep it going, and you can learn a lot more than you normally do it like in real life at the time. Sometimes at least. Because also for me it was also incredibly like interesting to find the VR the avatar community, how they're creating everything. Like for me it was at first glance you can just see some of the like regular avatars, ripped models from other games, but then you see that people are generally paying for avatars. At first, for the first time, it's kind of shocking. Why would you pay $100 for an avatar, or even more? But after a while, you see that people generally people make 3D parts, people make custom clothes. It takes a lot of work to optimize it, and it's generally another like place of thing that you can express yourself.
Yeah.
When wearing one. So yeah.
It's like having your own custom avatar is like an extension of your identity, in a sense.
Yeah.
Like it shows.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it shows who you want to like be in this space. In a space where you can be anything.
Anything you want. Like
I'm kind of trying to get a new avatar soon. The robot days will soon be over.
Oh.
As I would kind of call it.
What are you?
Because this re-edit of a V1 avatar from Ultra Kill, it's like generally synonymous with the stuff I usually do. And the people like see it on the banner and all the stuff. I'm just like kind of happy that people like see it and notice me. So it's generally like, having having a like custom made avatar is usually or like something that people cannot like have like correlation between you and the avatar. It's kind of important.
It is
for many DJs.
Well, not just that. Like even if you don't DJ or make video content, like if you have a specific avatar, people see it and immediately think, "Oh yeah, it's that guy."
People see it and it's you, yeah, it's that guy.
Yeah, it's like the people will pick you off and know you even if you change your name. But that avatar, if it stays you and you keep your voice, they will know exactly who you are through it. It's a lot like having a real life face and a certain look. Like if you wear certain clothes and you speak a certain way, people recognize you.
Yeah, but here you can. Yeah, but here you can like change a lot more things than
Of course, you have a whole lot more
in
control.
real life.
You can look like whatever you want. A robot, a furry, some 3-eye stock alien. Who knows? The only thing preventing you is your own imagination. And maybe money.
Like everything in its place. And some moderation rules, of course, to keep it civil. But it depends on it depends in some groups. But these three things are the only limits.
It is. One of the things I have found to enjoy since I started VR chat is world hopping. I see so many cool worlds. Like one that stuck with me is like an abstract story, but it tells it environmentally. Prologue, I think it's called. Prologue Chapter 1. It's like an abstract painting, sort of, and how it tells a tale.
Can you give me a second? I just need to like open the door for a person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, take your time.
Okay, never mind. Okay, never mind. My brother took care of it.
Hurry up, get in here. We don't have Christmas. It's next year.
We don't have Christmas next year. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like cool worlds you'll see people make here, and like when you hop in them initially, you get a little taste of what people are thinking and what's going on with them. Like this one, for an example, just if you take a look, you could see the thought put into it in each lantern place, the
Yeah.
reflections of the floor. And one thing we're not
For
showing
me,
you guys here is
yeah.
like each corner of this room has a different overlay effect. Like you go the world turns blue,
Oh,
red, white, grainy, like the thought put into the
oh,
worlds.
that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the place, probably it's an amazing place for interviews like these. You can
Mm.
like change it,
Well,
or it has like some overlay effects.
mm,
So yeah,
it's like the
like for me, it's also very interesting how people push the engine to its limits, especially
oh
when
yeah.
like importing maps.
Oh
Right
yeah.
now, VRChat is not a game that can run on everything, or we don't have like processing power for some maps that we can like take from other games, or we just can't do it.
Mm.
But for me, importing something for another game to use it in VR and just make it an avenue for even more interesting for like hanging out with people or just doing other interesting thing about it. It's like very interesting. I really like wish some of it would be like it's. I think it's already popular in many cases, but I really want to. I really imagine. I wait.
Oh
Okay,
no.
never mind.
Yeah,
I
I'm still
am.
here.
I am
Don't
really
worry, I haven't
excited. I
shrunk
am.
into the
Yeah,
floor.
But someone was talking behind the door. But yeah,
Uh,
I am.
Oh,
I'm really
okay.
excited to like see how this game is going to like develop in next years. Like when we when you have like a lot more power in the processing power and like in computers, or maybe the game will be a slightly bit more optimized.
Well, funny thing you say that.
to you.
I've
Yeah.
noticed over time, VRChat itself and the world creators, even if they're new, has been progressively getting better. We actually had the chance of talking to one of these people who also run a club named Badger Blunts. And last week we had the
Okay.
chance to talk with him, and he's actually doing something insanely wild in the creation department. What he's doing, he's taking coding, the ray marching coding specifically, and then redesigning it to change worlds from particles and polygons to math. So instead of running off your graphics card, it's
Oh.
running off your hardware. So you'll like build the world in Unity and everything, toss it in the program he's building, and then it'll spit out math for the entire world. So the colors, the effects you put in will translate over, so it's done in a different way. So your frames theoretically
Okay.
should not go away because it's not run off your graphics card memory.
Oh, that's actually genuinely just interesting. Like it might actually help with some optimization
Yeah.
in many maps. So
It helps out
yeah.
a lot.
Oh yeah.
It helps
Yeah,
out a lot when you
but
hop
you
into
know,
it.
I don't.
Yeah.
It depends on like it depends on the specs, but yeah, it's really
Oh, you
it's
should
really
go.
interesting.
You'd have to go to his world to actually understand it, because when you go in there, most of the time, what was it? What frames were you running?
like-
I was up at least 50 to 75 frames.
Yeah. For me personally, whenever
Yeah.
I'm in a world, I sit at about 50 frames. In his world, yeah, I go up max 120. And I sit there the entire time I'm there. No matter how
Oh.
many people join the world, I sit at 120
Okay,
frames.
that's like huge.
Yeah, that
That's
is
huge.
Yeah,
That's
massive.
damn
actually really
huge.
good.
And he's like
That's
on the fourth
massive.
Yeah.
iteration of what he's doing, and that's not using his engine really, because that's just his regular Unity work. Once he gets his whatever he's working done,
Oh.
it'll be a whole lot more optimized than that.
Okay. I didn't know that it could make a change like this. Like
Yeah,
it would help this game a ton, especially
It would.
with like map making. Yeah, it would
Mhm.
like leave a lot of space for importing maps from like newer titles, or just creating some even more like difficult or like complex experiences. So yeah, I'm really rooting
Yeah.
for this project to like be
What
re-
he,
re-
line? What
to
he,
work well.
How many people he said he had in there? What was it? 80 people in and
About
didn't lag at all.
80, but I
didn't even lag.
uh,
Didn't even lag, and it's a DJ setup. He didn't even lag at all.
no, for me, when I was at the Derelict event,
Mhm.
when the instance was full, I had to go. I have to go on PC because I just can't go to these places in. Wait a second.
take all the time you
Mhm.
need.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. It's just
Yeah.
Mom. Don't worry. Mom will be bringing in milk and cookies.
Yes. But like for me, I have to go on PC, and then I have I just need to like lower a lot of graphics settings and the avatar's display to just make it work. Of course, when I'm running OBS and Rekordbox at the same time, but still. But if that could happen, if like this optimization technique will be like available to everyone, then
Well,
it
he's
would
planning on opening
make
it to everyone, like sell the the
Yeah,
package of what he's
sell-
doing. I don't. He's still working on it. I think it's
Oh.
like the 4th iteration, so it's not really finished. He's still
Yeah,
working
yeah, you
on
told
it.
me that.
Yeah, but it's really dope because that's one of the
Okay,
things I
yeah.
like about the VR chat community is how quickly they integrate whatever cool new thing is out there very quickly before like other video game companies or platforms put it together.
Yeah,
Someone has a Unity package
already-
out. Someone has like an Avatar, World War.
Yeah, if you have it, yeah, it's like the community-driven games are all. I may be like saying the most basic stuff, I guess, but the community-driven games are more easily can adopt new stuff a lot easier. Implement it was basically in case like if before the easy anti-cheat update when people basically made custom like clients and all that had features that weren't like implemented in the game yet because well, and after that VR chat devs actually like had to like listen to that and make everything that was available on the custom clients. So yeah.
So how do you feel about EAC?
For me, it didn't actually like impact me that much because I'm not using custom stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, but I know for many others it was from like incredibly hard to like adapt before the updates came in, and for some it was basically like either losing some moderation features or avatar searches, and for me it was basically nothing outside of maybe just having to not being able to open the game through the exe file. Which I kind of used when my Steam account was shared with my brother, but it's not, so I can run everything normally finally.
I personally was very indifferent to EAC. I was glad that they are trying some way to deal with like crashers, rippers, and that community, and all the people who would run around and cause havoc. Though at the exact same point, I understand the importance of mods as well. Like for example, like what if you have some sort of tech device that helps you with touch, for example, haptics, but VR chat or the VR itself doesn't have the implementation of it. If you have someone's created a mod so it works fluidly, I understand that and actually would like to see more of it.
Yeah.
So that's the downside of it.
Especially for like I know that deaf people actually like use the special heads-on tools that could help them communicate with others, and it was actually it wasn't really good for them when.
No, they weren't really communicative.
Yeah.
About the whole thing.
Yeah. Can you hear? Can you hear us, the VR chat? Yeah.
You're kind of stuttery,
for me.
It's okay. It's kind of stuttery, but
okay.
We can still get the gist of what you're saying. Oh.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm back again.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
See what you started? You started a trend, Lion.
The lagging trend. Everyone will lag and crash out. It will be
coming on.
I will not stop till every player gets the lag. They will feel my pain.
Every player. Yeah. Here's the cause of all of this. Why is it
here? Oh Lord.
Yeah.
You too will lag.
Oh.
It is inevitable. It is like sleeping. It'll happen
It is
eventually.
inevitable. You will lag someday. It will crash your game. No matter the PC, no matter the specs, it will happen to you. And when it will happen, it is not going to be fun.
Just blame me.
It's
Everyone
not
else
even
blames
not
me.
fun. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, all the time. He's just you gotta look him up. You'll find him. Oh, there
Well-
that man is. Come
well,
here, you shit.
funny
I'm gonna
thing
blame
is-
this on you.
Like in the real world with my friends and coworkers, like I'll be on vacation, I'll come back and like, yeah, work sucked and it's your fault, and they're only joking. I know they're kidding because I wasn't there. But it happens all the time in the game as well. Like when I hop in a world, it's like, yeah, I almost lagged out. It's your fault. Line. It's like, okay, cool.
Like that famous
like
word
that-
you always say. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Multiple choice answer.
Yes.
Is it or isn't it? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
The way it works.
Yep. Well, it has been an absolute pleasure to have you, Dunay.
Absolutely. Oh yeah.
And I thank you for joining us
Yeah.
today.
Great
Yeah.
to have you. We
Thank you for having me
appreciate
too. It was
so
actually genuine. It was so fun to talk with you guys.
It's been a blast
Yeah.
talking with you as well.
Hopefully you'll have you around again. And
Of course, you're
we'll-
always
we'll
welcome
Yeah,
head
of
somewhere
course.
down the road.
Is-
You're always
Yeah.
welcome back.
Is there anything you'd like to plug? Any social media you'd like to share? VRC groups?
Anything? Well.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Now time
Here
for
comes,
the now
folks,
time
look
for
out.
the for plugging stuff, I guess. So
Yep.
linktree.com/Dunay. There you have links to all of my stuff, or well, it's, you can. It will be
how you throw
shared in the
that might get you in
description.
trouble.
So yeah, I know. I hope you just share some social links, I guess. And yeah, I won't say big things coming soon because there's also kind of a slight stigma about that, but I can definitely say slightly larger things coming soon.
Oh,
As small changes will happen. It will be kind of interesting. So yeah, and also join the Haven group, the VRS, my announcement group. It's linked in the link tree. There's also some Discord stuff I'm working on.
okay.
So
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
join it if you want to listen to my to my mixes, every single information.
Oh. Make sure you check the
Here
description.
it comes.
Everything will be in the
Description
fun little
below.
description thing below. Always is. If
Even
there's anyone,
if he lags, even I
think he died.
froze.
well,
yeah,
he's alive.
Dang it! Actually,
he's back. Hey, the robot's moving.
it's crashed again when I was plugging my stuff. What
His
happened?
batteries
Oh,
are fully
it's stuck.
charged.
It's all good.
Yes, there.
The
It's
link
all good.
tree for
Okay.
his link tree will be in our thing below. All his fun social media will be
Yeah.
down there.
Okay,
So-
thank you for fixing.
Oh,
Thank you for
no
rescuing the
problem.
sponsoring stuff.
No problem.
No problem.
No
Yeah,
problem
so
at all.
if you just want to send me your link
Okay, yeah.
when the video goes up, I'll put it in the description.
Okay.
So everyone can do it. Check it out. There's also the word link for this world down there as
Thank you.
well. Everything is down there.
Yeah. Don't worry about that. Everything's down there in the description.
And with that said,
So-
folks, enjoy the rest of your morning. And don't forget, look out for the coats.
Have a good one, folks. Just look out for the
Thanks.
coats and make sure you eat your Cheerios.
And become off.